Hi, welcome to another mind training session. How are you feeling right now? Close your eyes, let's have a look. Sitting here now, quiet and still. Does your mind feel fast? Or do you feel very calm and centered, present? Or maybe somewhere in between those 2 points. The mind is changing all the time, sometimes every minute. We only need to receive a phone call or an email or text message and our mood can drastically change. And we can use meditation practice to affect the mind, to affect our emotions and moods. Have a big breath in and a deep sigh. Let's use slow deep breathing today. Start a nice slow rhythm, breathing only through your nose, slowly in towards full, slowly out towards empty. Use this practice to slow yourself down, to slow your mind down, to become more relaxed and steady. Try to be very quiet and not pull or push the air. Open up your body from within and let's open up the mind. Keep going with the breathing. We're going to add a slight variation. I want you to start counting with the breath. This is called ladder breathing. Going up the ladder, coming down the ladder. So keep doing the slow deep breathing, but just add counting. Count as you go up, and then match the count on the way down, so that both sides, inhalation and exhalation, are even. Try that. last round. When you're finished, have a deep sigh. And then feel yourself going back to a resting breath. Check how your mind feels now. So during that time of that practice where you would have split your mind into tracks, counting and yet still thinking about a whole lot of other stuff, if you did that, what were you thinking about? We're looking at the mind, the thinking mind, and what it is concerned with. Why is it doing the thinking that it's doing? What shape or form is the thinking? Open your eyes, come back to the space. Have a big breath in and a deep sigh. Okay, so the 8 worldly concerns. We've done 2 of them. Desire for happiness, fear of suffering. In the last few minutes when you were doing that breathing, were those concerns in the background of what you were thinking about? What other fields are affecting our thoughts, our concern, our worries? This mind is just so preoccupied all the time. Why? What's it worrying about? Okay, so today we're going to do 3 and 4 of these 8 worldly concerns. Today we have desire for importance and fear of insignificance. We want to see how these 2 issues are in the background of our thinking, our worrying, and our emoting. So, the desire for importance, how prevalent is that? Well, we put so much energy every day into being validated. It's so important for us to be recognized. We seek acknowledgement. We want to be considered important. We want our views to be considered important. We need attention. And a lot of this stuff comes up in all the things that we do, who we think we are in the world. So often it links into our job, our career, vocation. Who are you? Well, I'm a doctor or a yoga teacher, and I want to be considered important. And what I'm doing, I want to be considered important. So there's a lot of drive behind that, and a lot of subtle stress and emotion attached to the vulnerability of all of that. Let's face it, we talk about ourselves all day long. Conversely, we desperately fear insignificance. It's like a vast hole. We need recognition. We cannot bear to be considered unimportant, not special. This comes up very much in relationships. We don't want to be ignored. We don't want to be invalidated. We want to be noticed, and we want our needs to be noticed and attended to. And if they are not, we feel very insecure. We feel hurt. Have a big breath in and a deep sigh. There's so much emotion attached to these two worldly concerns. And if we're alone, and if we sit and meditate and watch ourselves and all the thinking and worrying that we're doing, we can see that these two issues are definitely floating around in the background, informing our thinking, and then informing our attitudes of response. Well, that person ignored me, so I don't like them. Alright, let's have a couple minutes just to look at that for ourselves. Close your eyes. Sit up nice and straight. Let's do slow deep breathing while we're thinking about this. We're going to use the breath as a tool to massage ourselves from within and allowing us to air through these ideas. Look at your own thinking mind, your psyche, this person who desires importance and respect, who worries about that, and also who desperately fears insignificance, not being noticed, not being considered important. relax. Have a deep breath. We can see that if these concerns are in the background of our thinking and feeling, in our way of being, this makes us very anxious, very uncomfortable. It's not a nice way to be living with these concerns underneath. Very stressful and exhausting. So what can we do about it? Well, if we worried about that, we would get even more anxious. So we need to first of all recognize that this stuff is in play. It's much worse if you don't even realize you're doing it. But then apply a mature approach, a persistent practice of self-awareness and recognition of the nature of change. Change is always possible. Work is required because we've set up habits for a very long time. But we have the tools to unlock them. We just need to choose to use them. This stuff needs to be practiced every day if you want to actually get change. Okay, let's just practice calm abiding and see how different this is as a feeling. So sit up straight. Have a sigh. Let go of needing to think about the stuff we've been looking at. Become present. And that means being aware of the present as a feeling. Feel yourself in a space. Your body, which is mostly still. You've become quiet. In this moment, you are restful in your body, and we are trying to relax the mind into this feeling. Now focus on the feeling of your resting breath. A little bit in, a little bit out. Try to relax into and around that breath. Relax your stomach. Relax around the chest area, the sides of the ribs, and the back of the rib cage, the back of the lungs. Make this breath very gentle, very soft and light. You're cradling it in the most delicate way. Really, you could say you are gentling yourself, narrowing yourself down into the most delicate, small feeling of calmness, peacefulness, gentleness. Quiet in the mind, just staying with the feeling. calm abiding. This is our starting place. We build from here. Practice this feeling. It's the opposite of anxiety. It's here in a simple moment. It's always available to you. You can practice this anywhere, anytime.